everyone, so today I'm gonna do a fall time inspired look. I wanted to try something different because recently I've been wearing a lot of pink, so I was like, let's do it. I'm gonna apply sunscreen. So this is the Dr. G Sun Essence. I've been using this for like really long. I got this when I was in Korea. That's like April. I've been using it until now and it's still here, it's still surviving. I'm a very big fan of like glowy based makeup because my skin is really dry, so I have to use a lot of like hydrating products. If not, my skin will literally crack. This sunscreen works really well with my skin type and it helps to create a really nice base for my makeup. So this is the foundation that I use every single day. It is from Abib. The Abib cushion, I've mentioned this on my Instagram a lot. But today I'm gonna be using a combination of these two. I really like this foundation and I've been using this for a while now. Then I'm gonna use a spatula to apply it. I'm just gonna apply it in layers. This is really good because it helps to distribute like an even layer of foundation on your face. And I really find that my foundation blends in much better when I use this. If you have someone that likes natural makeup, you will definitely love the finish of this. Using this kabuki brush from Makeup Forever. I paid $70 for this brush. I only got it because the girl at Sephora was recommending it to me, but I feel like it's a bit too big for my face. I don't know. You can definitely get a brush that performs similarly for $7 probably. Bought some cushion puffs from Shopee and this brand is pretty popular. Okay, just nice to fit 2 fingers. I really like this size. I feel like if it's a bit too big, I don't have enough control over the sponge, so this video is kind of like a first impressions video of a lot of things. I'm gonna blend. Oh, it actually blends really well. It looks so good. Dior Forever Skin Correct, and this is from the same range as the foundation that I showed previously. The formula is really good and this concealer is actually really huge compared to normal concealers. So is the brush. It's so big, but it's quite worth it for the amount of product. I'm gonna use this to blend it out. This concealer is really hydrating, so if you're someone who has dry skin, I think you would really love the consistency and formula of this. And the coverage is really good. Can you tell? I have really bad eye bags, but this helps to conceal it. Ta-da! I don't know if you can see. While waiting for my base to set a little bit, Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I've been through at least 3 of these pencils and I still find that this is the best brow pencil on the market. My brows are embroidered, but I did it about 4 years ago and somehow it's still here, but I need to fill in the sparse areas, so this pencil works really well for me because it's super thin. It helps create hair-like strokes, which I really like. So I'm using this brow gel from ABH, and this brow gel is in the shade Blonde. It sounds very light, but it's actually not. So I'm just cleaning off some excess because I don't want it to look clumpy on my brows. Oh my gosh guys, I just realized that I left my loose powder in the office. Okay, so actually I got it quite a while ago, but I broke it 2 days after I purchased it, so I haven't actually been able to use this, but this is the Eclipse Glow Powder Pack, so I'm just gonna use it now. Like this with a really cute tiny puff. It's supposed to give like a brightening effect. I like to use this concealer brush. This is from Kat Von D and it's a very dense brush. It's supposed to be used to blend out liquid products, but I find that it applies my powder really well under my eyes. I don't know if you guys can tell, the brightening is super obvious to me. If you apply too much, it might come off as a bit too bright on your face. This is the palette that I'm going to be using today. It is from Clio, the Pro Eye palette. I really like this palette and I have it in a few colors. I'm going to sweep this brown shade on all over my lid like this, and under my eyes as well. Reddish brown shade on the outer parts of my eyes to define it. Doing it like this with my finger. I must say Clio palettes are really good for the price point especially. I'm gonna apply this glittery brown shade and I'm gonna mix it together over my lid like this with my finger. The shadows are so pretty. You see? It just subtly like brightens up the eyes. Double eyelid liner from Holika. So this helps to define the AKO style. gold shimmer from before. This one here. And I'm using the brush that came in the palette. And then I'm just gonna apply it over my Ikyosai to define it even more. It's just like this. So it makes it look a lot bigger and doe-eyed in that sense. With the Dior highlight. So I'm using the one on this one over here. A sheer gold pearl shimmer. Can you see the difference? It just subtly brightens my eyes and makes me look more awake. And then I'm gonna put a little bit in the inner corner as well. Oops. This is from Heroine Make. It's in a brown shade. Soft defined cream pencil liner. So I'm just going to line my lash line. Basically how I draw my eyeliner. A little bit in the inner corner and then draw a little wing, but halfway only. It doesn't have to be very neat because we're gonna blend it out with a brush, so it's fine. Small eyeshadow brush. It's very flat and defined, so I'm just gonna use this to blend out. And I'm adding brown shadow to blend it out. I'm gonna go in with liquid liner. This is from Fenty Beauty. It's the Fly liner in Big Truffle. So it's just like a chocolate brown shade. And I'm just going to line my eyes like this. So the key to creating the illusion of bigger eyes, especially for Asian eyes, is to extend it outwards instead of upwards. I know in like Western makeup styles, they like to do eyeliners like this, like cat eye, but just make our eyes look a lot smaller. So what I like to do is to draw it kind of like straight, and then I don't draw it all the way in, so I just fill it in about halfway like this. This really helps to elongate and define the eyes, which is what you want. So I'm just gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay. Ta-da! So simple, right? You see? This eyeshadow quad from Topper is really 4 tones. It's kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it. Warm tone brown. Lightly put this on my lid. Oh my god, that is so pigmented. Wow. Okay. And then I'm gonna reapply the shimmer shade onto my lid. And I'm only applying it in the center of the lid. Okay, so I want to up the look even more. I'm just going to apply the chunky glitter on my under eyes. My camera is dying. I'm applying it like this. Okay, I saw someone try this out. So they use a spatula and then apply the mascara. Like, I can't see in the viewfinder. But basically this helps to get it from getting onto your lid. You know what? I'm just gonna apply it like this because... Oh my god, I need to tell you guys, like, I got scammed when I was doing my lash lift. I saw this promo on Instagram and this lash studio was having a promotion for $49 lash lift. And then when I went there, she kept like adding extra things for me without asking me or telling me the price. So it kind of went like, she would just apply a random serum and then she'd be like, oh, this is to strengthen your lashes. I'm like, okay, I've done lash lift before, so I know that there's something called like Botox serum or something. Yeah, usually it's included inside, right? And if let's say it's not included, usually they'll ask you, oh, do you want to add it on, or do you want to try this, like it'll be an additional blah blah. She didn't. She just straight away applied it, and then she was like, I'm applying it now, and somehow my total bill ended up $102. As you can see, it turned out alright, but I could have gone to like a way better studio for that price. I'm not believing this anymore. I was scammed. My all-time favorite Etude House contour palette. I've shared about this a lot, and as you can see, it's very well used. So I'm using the brush from the same palette, and I'm only using the first shade because the bottom one's a bit too dark. So I'm just gonna contour very lightly like this all the way down. I love this contour powder so much. It's so good and it's so cheap. Also, it's not too cool tone, as you can see. It's like slightly warm, so it looks very natural. And my jawline, of course, is Peri Para blush in the shade Milk Tea Coral. I try to stray away from like warm tone blushes because it tends to make me look a bit darker, but I wanted to create a warm tone look today, so I'm gonna use this coral shade. Apply it in the middle of my cheek. This one has a bit of like pinkish as well, so oh my god, look how pigmented it is. Oh, that's a bit too much. I really like this powder because this blush, I think there's powder particles infused into this blush, so it kind of helps to blur your pores as well. Like it acts as a powder. It applies really nicely. So I'm just gonna add another blush on top. This is from Etude House. It is a lovely cookie blusher in Fig Toast. I really wanted it to be a bit more like warm tone, so I think it's pretty cute. I'm gonna touch up my foundation because I didn't set it previously, so I'm done with my base makeup. I'm gonna go in with the most important part, which is the lips. And I've prepped my lips with foundation already. It's the Tom Ford lipstick in 100 Equus? I don't know. It's so gorgeous, guys. It's like a cinnamon nude. I don't know if you can see it. It's beautiful. I've talked about this on my Instagram before. I love it so much. And then I'm gonna use this one from Peripera as well. It's also a really pretty, it's like warm tone nudie shade. I'm gonna apply this straight from the bullet. So pretty, right? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna apply it only on the middle parts of my lip because I want to make a gradient lip. And then I'll tap it up. It's not too matte and it doesn't dry out my lips, which I really love. So pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna use a Q-tip to blend out the sides because I don't think I can get to the corners. So I'm just gonna take a Q-tip and get it straight on here. And then I'm gonna apply it on the sides of my mouth. It's such a versatile shade. You can wear it with like everyday looks as well. So pretty! Honestly, you can just leave it like this, but I'm gonna try adding this on and see how it looks. This one's a little bit darker than the Tom Ford lipstick. I don't know if you can tell. It's a little bit darker, so it kind of helps to create a gradient effect as well. I'm so obsessed with this lip combi. It's so pretty, right? Oh my god. I just realized that I didn't put highlight, so I'm gonna apply it now. The same Dior palette that I used for the under eye. I'm gonna use these two shades and I'm just gonna lightly dust on my nose and the sides of my cheeks. It's such a pretty shade. Ah, I love it. And I'm done. This is the completed makeup look. You guys can see. It's a little bit bright. It's like very fall tone but at the same time still natural, so you guys can wear this for every day. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope this helped you in a way, and if you guys recreate it, please tag me on Instagram or wherever you're posting it. Let me know if you guys want me to try any other makeup styles or specific looks. I will definitely try to recreate it as much as possible. I hope you guys like this video, so thanks so much for watching. Bye!